Right then guys, MTFU, my first guest video on MTFU. What I'm going to do is show you the process of me turning this IPK, minus that, which is the bit I really wanted, to use that as my ridgeline from now on. Just here I've got my Bergen, so this, which is the IPK itself, is going to get cut up and hopefully sewn into a Bergen liner. So what I've done, just to show you, see what I do, I've changed the camera angle and show you a bit better quality. 100 litre Bergen, 100 litres without the side pouches, so it's the long back Bergen, I believe. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the measurement from there to there and add a little bit, not too much, and then for the thickness of the bag I'm going to take the measurement from across plus the two sideways, and I'll kind of explain that a little more once we start making the bag. But for now I'm going to set a tripod up. Actually, I'll probably be able to do it while I got you up. So that you can just see what I'm going to do. Hope you can see that anyway. Let me just put you on the floor. That's better. Right, first measurement is for the height I need the bag. So the top of the bag is about just over 3 feet. So what I'll do, I'll cut mine at 4 feet. So just jot that down. 4 feet, right. And then the width of the bag. So the width of this part of the bag is a foot, give or take, just a little tiny bit. And the depth of the bag is about another foot. So what I'll do, it's just a bit shorter than a foot actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the bag perhaps 2.5 feet wide. And again, that's going to be, that's 2.5 feet there. So obviously that's way too wide for the bag, but I'll explain why I'm going to do that once we start making. So I'm going to bring you indoors and cut the IPK. Cheers guys. Right then, this is the IPK all laid out in my living room floor. What I'm going to do is just make my marks and then find a straight edge to make sure I've got them all perfect. So the bag I wanted to be 2.5 foot wide. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 feet 6 inches, which is pretty much exactly where that line is there. Now I want the bag to be 4 feet tall. So going by how mack tightwad does it, my measurement needs to be at 8 feet, which is there. So I'm just using a chip marker pen, and all the way along I'm going to make a few marks at the 2.5 feet mark. 2, 1, 2, 3. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's going to make it easier to make sure this is a straight line. Because finding a straight edge that's 8 feet long isn't going to be easy. Just mark it right at the very end. Right, I'm not sure if you can see those marks at all or not, but that's how it's going to work. I'll bring you back, guys. Right, from that end to that mark there is 8 feet. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bother cutting it because that bit will just kind of get wasted. You probably could make a couple of little bags out of it, but for the sake of 6 inches higher than it would have been, not worth cutting. So these are the marks, my shadows in the way, that I've made all the way down. And what I might do, instead of mucking around trying to find a straight edge, I think I may just cut on that hem that's down there. All my measurements are very kind of blasé. They're not exactly perfect. This is the first time I've ever made a bag like this, so what I shall do is cut that off. So basically all I'm doing with this IPK is just splitting it straight down the middle. Nice and simple. If you've got a 100 litre Bergen, this is how you do it. IPK straight down the middle. Should be able to make 2 out of it. But I've got ideas for the other side, so yeah, that's it for now. I'm just going to cut that and I'll bring you back, guys. Right, there we go, guys. I hope you can see that. Basically all I've done, straight down that centre seam. It was pretty much perfect. I mean, it was, in fact I'll tell you exactly how much off my measurement it was. A little over ½ an inch over my measurement. But as I've said, my measurements were sort of very rough. Not exactly the right size. Basically what I've done is overcompensate, because obviously down this edge, sort of at least ½ an inch on either side, there's going to be stitches. So yeah, basically what's going to happen now is either end, the short ends, are going to be folded over once, folded over twice, and then a stitch all the way along, and that's called your hemming. That's hemming the edge. So that's what first job is to do. And then once you've done that, the whole bag is going to get folded over. So that these 2 ends, see that? So guys, these 2 ends will be hemmed. And then the job is just to get them level like that, and then run a stitch all the way down this edge and all the way down this edge. Then there will be a stitch. Once this is, it's quite difficult to explain what I'm going to do, but once this is all stitched together, there will be kind of a stitch across the corner, and then we cut this off. And then I'm hoping, the reason I've made the bag a lot wider than it needs to be, because say that is the width of the Bergen, then you've got the excess so that when you fill it with stuff, it's still going to be the same height. So you'll fill your entire bag with this, all your kit will be dry, you won't have any problems. Last time I camped out with Rob McKenzie, a water bottle of mine leaked and I ended up with a wet sleeping bag, which wasn't great. So yeah, this will completely eliminate that problem. As I said, that bit has got plans for it, but that's for another day. So, right then guys, next job is to get the sewing machine out. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it tonight or not, but if not, I'll film it, edit the video together, and yeah, hopefully you'll be watching this on the MTFU channel. So bring it back guys, cheers. Right then, this edge, as I said, it's going to get folded over once, about 1/2 inch, and then fold over once more, to make a hem. I was going to do a video on how you set up a sewing machine, but there is so many on the internet that it's just not worth it. Stitch, I'm just going to do standard straight running stitch, I think they call it, which on this machine I believe to be number 11. Oh no, sorry, number 9. So it's right down the middle of the foot. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will choose number 11 because basically what you'll notice is where the needle is obviously where the stitch is going to go. And number 11 on this machine puts the needle right in the middle of the groove on the foot, so you always know where your stitch is going to be. So just even pressure on the foot pedal and just feed the material through. As I said, I'm no mack tightwad, so I'm taking this very slow. And once you get as far as you've done your hem, stop. Sort out the next section. And do that. Sorry if I've got my tongue out guys, it's something I always do when I concentrate. My tongue comes out. So I'm now trying not to do it. That's it all the way to the end. Something I forgot to do at the beginning was a back stitch, so I'll probably just do a few over that. But on this machine, I'm pretty sure on all machines there's a button which will reverse the stitch. So I should have done it, but I didn't. But at the beginning and end of every stitch, you should do just a quick back and forward just to finish it off, make sure it's nice and strong and not going to come undone. So almost to the end, and that's it. That's all we need to do. And there you have one hemmed, so that's going to be top of the bag. That's what it looks like from the other side. Hope you can see that in the light. Yeah. So got to do that to the other end. And what you want to do when you sew I'll show you that anyway. When you show the two sides together, you want the side that's folded over to be on the outside, because eventually this is going to get turned inside out and become your bag. So, right, I'm going to do the other end, and I'll bring you back when we do the sides. Cheers, guys. So, both ends are hemmed. And I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but that's where I've done sort of a backward stitch that I was talking about, just to finish it off, make sure that it's not going to come undone. Now what you see I've done, bag's folded, so you've got basically a massive envelope. And as I said before, it's the two ends, so that side is smooth with a stitch on it, that side has got the lip. You want these two to be on the outside, so you've got the lip on the outside either way. And then all you simply do, just as you've seen me do before, is run a stitch from this end to this end. Same on the other side, and that is the basic form of your bag. So I'm going to do that now, and I shall bring you back. Guys, both of these edges have got stitched down them. So that's the two sides of the bag now stitched together, as I said earlier, just with a running stitch. And what we have now is a bag, a bit like Santa's sack. So obviously that's the two folded over edges, and when you turn it inside out you can see it's all going to look very neat, tidy, but for the moment it's staying like this. Because what I plan to do, now that these corners are stitched all the way along, to pull the bag apart. I hope you can see this. So that's the bottom seam, and basically run a stitch along there so that the bottom of the bag will be flat. So that's what I'm going to do now on both sides, then I'll bring you back and show you how it's going to look once we turn it inside out. So cheers guys. These are the stitches that I've just done. Like I said, just across the corner. I hope you can see this, but now once back a little bit, once the bag's in the right way, the bottom of the bag is going to be flat. It's going to sit on the bottom of the Bergen a lot nicer. So, I mean, for a first attempt, I'm quite happy. I was going to cut these corners off, but I think I'll just leave them. So all that's left to do is cut off any excess threads. I'll just get my scissors. Cut off these excess bits. And guys, this bag is so simple. I mean, I could have done draw cords through the top, but I thought I'm just going to do it simple. This is first attempt. So it's huge, it's way too big, I'm sure of it, but I don't know if you can see that. But now where I did those corners, the bottom of the bag is kind of an oblong now, and you haven't had to sew 4 panels together on 4 different corners. You've only done 2, a seam either side, and then just this one little stitch here. So that will just take you over and show you that. It's going to change the camera so I can show you guys. That's the bag. That's the inside seam there, and here's what it looks like on the outside. that side there, you'll see the two stitches meet up, but this side they're a bit off. But I mean, for what it is to go inside my Bergen, I'm really happy with it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope you learnt from it, and hope you feel confident enough to give it a try with the instruction I've give you. Any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you're all enjoying the MTFU channel, and I shall catch you in the next one. Cheers, people.